What if everything you've been taught about attraction is wrong, and the very rules you're following are the reason people stop feeling desire for you? Before you answer that, pause for a moment, because if you've ever felt invisible, misunderstood, or endlessly giving while receiving nothing back, this video isn't entertainment, it's a turning point. So before we go any further, subscribe to this channel, like this video, and commit to watching it until the very end. Not because I need it, but because what you're about to hear has the power to completely change how your love life is built from the ground up. Now let me tell you a story. There was a man who did everything right. He listened, he cared, he replied instantly. He complimented generously. He believed that consistency, availability, and emotional transparency would make him irresistible. And yet the more he gave, the more distant people became. The warmth faded, the spark died. And one day he asked a question that changed everything. Why does doing the right thing feel so wrong? That question echoes across centuries. And Marcus Aurelius, Roman emperor, Stoic philosopher, and master of human nature, quietly answered it without ever talking about seduction at all. Because true attraction is not built by chasing. It is built by presence, restraint, and power over the self. This is not a guide to manipulation. This is not about tricks or lines. This is a comprehensive guide to understanding the psychological laws that govern desire and why breaking the common rules is often the only way to awaken it. Marcus Aurelius once wrote, "The best revenge is to be unlike him who performed the injury." But hidden beneath those words is a deeper lesson. Never allow another person to control your inner state. The moment you hand over your emotional center, attraction collapses. Most people try to seduce by proving worth. Stoics seduce by embodying it. And this is where Machiavellian dark psychology is often misunderstood. It is not cruelty. It is clarity. It is seeing human behavior as it is, not as you wish it to be. Machiavelli didn't teach men to deceive. He taught them to understand power. And power, when combined with Stoic discipline, becomes something magnetic. Here's the paradox. The less you try to seduce, the more seductive you become. Think about fire. The more you chase it, the faster it burns out. But contained, controlled, respected, it warms everyone around it. Marcus Aurelius understood this deeply. He lived among luxury, temptation, and influence, yet never begged for approval. That inner independence is the root of all attraction. Let me tell you about another man. He walked into a room and said almost nothing. He didn't scan faces for validation. He didn't perform. He didn't impress. Yet people leaned toward him. Conversations bent in his direction. Desire formed without effort. Why? Because he wasn't trying to be chosen. He had already chosen himself. This is the first rule that breaks all others. Never seek to be wanted. Be complete without being wanted. Machiavellian psychology teaches that humans are drawn to perceived power. Stoicism teaches that true power is self-command. When you merge these two, you stop asking, "How do I make them want me?" and start asking, "Who am I when no one is watching?" Marcus Aurelius reminded himself daily that fame, pleasure, and attachment are temporary. That awareness creates emotional gravity. When you are not desperate for outcomes, you become unpredictable. And unpredictability is far more attractive than availability. Most people overshare to create closeness. Stoics create closeness through depth and silence. Silence is not emptiness. Silence is space, and space allows desire to breathe. Think of every time you explained yourself too much. Every time you tried to fix a connection by talking more. That wasn't connection, it was anxiety. Machiavellian awareness teaches you to recognize emotional leverage. The person who needs less has more influence. Not because they are cold, but because they are grounded. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this and you will find strength." That strength is felt, not spoken. Now let's talk about the rule everyone breaks. They reveal everything too soon. Your struggles, your fears, your intentions, your availability. They believe vulnerability creates intimacy, but unearned vulnerability creates imbalance. Stoicism doesn't reject vulnerability, it paces it. Machiavellian psychology doesn't hide truth, it controls timing. Seduction without limits is not about hiding who you are, it's about revealing yourself in layers, allowing curiosity to do the work. Curiosity is the engine of desire. The moment everything is known, desire declines. This is not manipulation, it is human nature. Marcus Aurelius never explained himself to the crowd. He lived his values and let others interpret them. That ambiguity created respect, Respect creates attraction. Here's another truth most people avoid. Kindness without boundaries is not virtue, it is weakness. Stoics are kind, but they are not compliant. Machiavellian psychology teaches that people test limits unconsciously. When you fail those tests, attraction erodes. When you pass them calmly, attraction deepens. Boundaries are seductive because they signal self-worth. Not loud boundaries, not angry ones. Quiet, immovable ones. When you don't argue to be understood. When you don't chase closure. When you don't negotiate your standards, you become unforgettable. Now let's address the fear. But won't I lose people if I act this way? Yes, and that's the point. Marcus Aurelius accepted loss as a natural law. He didn't cling. He didn't beg fate. He understood that what leaves was never aligned. Machiavellian psychology agrees. Attachment to outcomes destroys leverage. The moment you accept loss, you gain freedom. Freedom is intoxicating. People feel it. They sense when you are not trying to extract something from them. That absence of need creates safety, and safety allows desire to rise. Here's where everything changes. Seduction is not about pulling someone toward you. It's about removing the obstacles that make them pull away. Neediness, over-explanation, validation-seeking, emotional volatility. Stoicism trains emotional control. Machiavellian insight trains social awareness. Together, they create a presence that feels rare in a world of noise. Marcus Aurelius woke each day reminding himself that people would be selfish, ungrateful, and distracted. Not to judge them, but to remain steady. That steadiness is attractive because it is scarce. Most people mirror emotions unconsciously. When you remain calm, others stabilize around you. That is influence. That is seduction. Now let me be very clear. This is not about dominance. It is not about control. It is about self-respect so deep that others feel it without you ever mentioning it. The most seductive thing you can do is live a life you don't need to escape from. Purpose creates posture. Posture creates presence. Presence creates attraction. Machiavellian psychology tells us people follow certainty. Stoicism tells us certainty comes from virtue, not approval. So you stop performing. You stop proving. You stop chasing reactions. And suddenly reactions chase you. This is why breaking the rules works. Because the rules were written for insecure people trying to be chosen. You are not here to be chosen. You are here to be recognized. Marcus Aurelius didn't seduce crowds. He led them by example. And leadership is the highest form of attraction. As this video comes to a close, understand this. Seduction without limits is not about taking, it's about becoming someone whose presence feels like clarity in a chaotic world. If you've stayed with me this far, you already feel the shift. And that's why I asked you to watch till the end. Because this isn't information. It's transformation. Carry yourself with discipline. Speak with intention. Withdraw when disrespected. Remain warm but never needy. Calm but never passive. Interested but never dependent. That balance is rare, and rarity is irresistible. With that said, thanks for watching, and until next time.